Hello, welcome to TC the Colonel, GFM Radio, and a good evening to you all. Good evening, world. How you doing? How's everyone been? Whew. Welcome to the show Unravel. It's been a madness this week. It's been madness everywhere, I think.
Yeah.
It's been crazy. You know, the coronavirus, games getting cancelled, tours, holidays. What's going on? 2020 has started very mysterious. You know, like early, quick. Couldn't even settle in. But today, as usual, I'm never by myself. I'm with a guest. Probably thinking, who's that laughing in the background? Well, it's only royalty. I have the prince of management, Ghana's finest, Gifted Sounds ENTs. Worked with a lot of famous stars that you usually find out. Please, sir, can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Prince. I run an entertainment management company called GS Entertainment Management. Been in the industry for about 15 years now. Just worked with various artists, and But I'm more the background guy, should I say?
The shadows.
Nobody knows what I do. I'm just there.
But we got him here. Now we're gonna find out what you do. So, cool. As I'm understanding, you've worked with famous, big artists.
Yeah, I could say.
Could we get some name drops? Give us the names.
Whoa, name drops.
Yeah. I need some sound effects.
I mean, I've done tours of Lionel Richie. Who else? Julian Marley. Obviously, I used to look after Christian MJC. That was on Big Brother. Yeah.
Okay, 2015.
Yeah.
Around that time?
Yeah.
Those who know.
What else? And it goes far. And obviously, I'm looking after at the moment. I look after KillBeatz, who I'm sure everybody knows.
One of the top producers in Africa.
Exactly.
And Ghana's finest as well.
Exactly. Grammy, one of the first African producers to win a Grammy.
Jeez.
And we're still going hard. So yeah.
How was that?
It was quite interesting. Because to come from Ghana and for the world to know your name, and also to be able to share not just music, but music from your country. And for a British artist to jump on it and say, hey, I like this record, I want to have this record on my album, it's actually a dope,
very dope
situation.
But let's go back in time.
Yeah.
So where exactly was you born, and we need to know
crazy
the childhood?
I was born in Ghana.
Hey.
Yeah, I was born in Ghana.
Where what part?
I'm from a town called Enyim, which is like on the way to Kumasi. But my family are from Kumasi. But I did some history because I like to find out where my family are from and so forth. And I think from what I found out was during the slave trade or whatever was going on when the British came to Ghana, my great grandfather basically split my family up from being captured.
Oh, word?
Yeah. So that the towns that my family are at is where we ended up. So it's basically we're from Kumasi, but we ended up on the way to Kumasi to avoid capture, basically.
That's good though. At least you think
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So he kind of spread the family apart. So even if one side gets captured, he knows that there's still family within Ghana. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that was the little history that I found out. But yeah, I was born in Ghana. Came to England when I was 8.
Okay.
Yeah. Ended up in Tottenham.
Yeah, home of the Ghanaians. Home of the Ghanaians, as they say.
Ended up in Tottenham. Yeah, so I grew up in Tottenham. And basically started off, coming here. Always wanted to play football. Okay. That was my thing.
Who was your player? Was it Yeboah at the times?
Do you know what? Everybody always... do you know what? Having the name Yeboah made it easier for me to get into places.
Yeah, because it was a famous name, wasn't
exactly. So it's like, and these were the days that it weren't even a thing where you can put yourself on YouTube and somebody will see you and be like, I was literally, like, no word of a lie, I was writing letters to clubs to come and see me at games. and obviously they spot the name, and some of them turned out. So I was literally, I still got letters. Like I remember, I had a letter from Manchester United, and they wrote back to me saying that what do you call it? They're not taking on any players at the moment, but they will keep my name, around. I was invited for trials with different teams. Ended up playing for a bit.
Now, was this the back of your football talent, or the back of the fact?
No,
that
it was. I could.
Just the name he's using?
No. I could play football because I'm naturally left-footed.
Okay.
And I play both left back and midfield. So it's like, even though people used to compare the way I played to like Ashley Cole. Ashley Cole plays back, but you always find him at the front.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And I would say I was, fairly quick.
Yeah. And got defensive.
Yeah, defensive. Make a lot of money, help my friends. Because
Okay,
those were the days that they weren't really looking at urban music.
Yeah.
That. Do you know what I'm saying? So the only way, like, you're really gonna back somebody up is obviously financially.
Yeah.
Help them out.
So that was like initial plan from young. You thought, you know what, I can make money. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna play football professionally the way I could do.
Yeah.
But I'm surrounded by musicians.
Yeah.
And at this time, what kind of music was it that your friends were into?
Like rap music. The rapping. Like, started off, looking after rappers. But it was a thing where no one really took it that seriously.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I got to a point where I was interested in the music industry, but I wanted to find out more about it on the business end. Do you know what I'm saying? So I enrolled myself into to college to kind of find out how it all works. And it was weird because the college I enrolled myself in, they did music, but it was for performing. So I don't play no instruments, nothing. But I was in this class of people that played drums. One of my friends actually I was in class with actually plays for Sam Smith. So so it was like I couldn't really understand why I was there, but at the same time I'll go to college. Obviously I needed the qualification, but I'll still be hustling on the side, trying to get myself into labels, trying to find out how things work from all different positions.
Oh, so you was actually putting yourself forward as like
absolutely.
You wanted to manage A&R.
I wanted to do it all because I was interested in all aspect of the business. So my thing is I had meetings with people that were in management, people that worked at labels. So I wanted to know how the label thing worked, how you make money from that, and also in terms of the management, how the percentages and the cuts. How do you get your percentage and your cuts?
So basically, the details that what we hear sometimes that artists and other people just the contracts and stuff, they just give themselves to these labels but don't know what's going on with the paper.
Nah.
You wanted to get every detail. So you don't miss one penny.
Exactly. Need to know, because do you know what? A lot of people come into management thinking, okay, cool, I manage this artist, I can just roll with them everywhere they go. You know what I'm saying? But listen, being a manager, you cannot be seen.
Yeah.
The only time you're seen is really when, I don't know, the artist is going to an award show and you're rolling along with them, or you're on the side. You know what I'm saying? 9 out of 10, you're tacked into paperwork, just dealing with, because you're running somebody else's life. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's where a lot of people go wrong in terms of management, because they don't really get it too tough. They feel like, okay, cool, I'm a manager now. I've got the title, but yeah, there's more to it than just having the title.
So, okay, cool. Let's say you've gone through that now. You've understood like the details, the contracting, and what? You're in a situation where your finances all right?
Finances wasn't all right. It wasn't great. But as you do, you get a job.
So, what was the first kind of breakthrough for you?
I reached out to quite a lot of people in terms of getting work experience, and I reached out to a guy called Kwame Kwarteng, who basically was a manager, and he also used to be in a group called The Influence back in the day. But I was on his case like every day. I'm hitting him up, yo, when can you have a meeting with me? And then one day he just decided to give me the chance, and I went to his office. I think at the time the company had an office at the back of Oxford Street. Went there, he met me, had a conversation. He could see that he actually turned around from the first meeting and said, "You remind me of myself when I was at your age. It's like you don't take no for an answer. You just keep coming back." You know what I'm saying? And I said, well, in life, if you don't knock on the doors, nobody's ever going to open the doors for you. So I think through that, he really took to me and kind of gave me the chance to come and work at the company where he was at, which was a company called ATC Management. And they had like Radiohead, you know, the Rifles, a lot of big names on the management. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I wanted to know more about the business. So did the management thing, then I'll do scouting at Sony, then I'll do, you know, all different aspects of.
Now the scouting part, because let's just say there's people that want to do this, or there's people that's trying to do it. Nowadays, you can meet people that say, "Oh yeah, my friend spits," and I'm his manager. Yeah. And some guys just, you know, they're gone clear, like they're doing good, you know, but they didn't really do no like stuff. So everyone takes their routes.
Yeah. I mean, you have different routes. Do you know what I'm saying? There's guys that come into nowadays, and this is not to kind of, you know, shit on anyone. Is nowadays people just come into the game and, you know, not knowing too much about the business, like the music industry, but it's like one of their friends that they grew up with blows up overnight, and then because they trust them, they're like, "You're my manager." Do you know what I'm saying? But there's a difference in having your friend managing you and having somebody manage your business, because at the end of the day, you're a business, you're a product. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and you need to make sure that, you know, your first is of many of the things that you have to, you know, keep moving, because at the end of the day, financially, you need to make sure that you're stable.
It's a professional business.
Yeah, it's a professional business, and you know, it's cool. You can have your brethren manage you, but your brethren has to know that, yeah, this is not a friend thing. This is a business as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if the artist you're managing stops making money today, you stop making money too. Do you know what I'm saying? So you have to make sure that there's every business opportunity that is there, you're conquering it. Do you know what I'm saying?
So you say that's why you kind of branched out before you came back home, in a way. Not say home, but you know, like to the urban scene.
Yeah.
You started off basically I
started off working for a management company that basically looked after rock and indie bands. Do you know what I'm saying? So I didn't start off in urban. I started off, you know, in the rock and indie bands, and then went into the pop world, then went into the dance world, then circulated back into urban. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I needed to know every corner of that industry. Do you know what I'm saying? Not just, I mean, urban, to be honest with you, is straightforward, it's rap. But then again, you have to know how it works on the other side to be able to to
open that market,
exactly,
that door, the access.
Exactly.
If you are bringing urban into the mainstream,
exactly, how can I do that?
The simple route,
exactly.
Okay,
and also how the strategies that you need to take. How did this rock band do it that they can stay in this game for like 25 years and still making millions? Do you understand what I'm saying? Because they have a fan base that is really strong, that will buy anything. I mean, I remember when I was at ATC Management, Radiohead put out their album and they said, pay anything for it. Literally. What, to like to their fans. And you had people literally buying CDs for like £1,000.
Like JME of today, who just put his finger on
exactly.
People paid for it.
Pay what you want.
Yeah.
Do you understand? And that
you're on that level.
Exactly. And that's the level that
is that autopilot.
It's just one of those things that if I'm a fan of you,
you're committed.
I'm committed. I wanna support you. Do you know what I'm saying? So if instead of me paying $9.99 for your record, I'm like, whoa, hold on. You just put an album saying pay whatever you want. And I'm a real fan.
Yeah,
do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's a risk.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? It's a risk that you're gonna take, but at the end of the day, they made the money because people were buying that for like stupid prices, but it made sense.
So when you saw that, it was just,
I thought that was a very strategic business move.
Have you ever done something like that?
I haven't done something like that. Not
so,
yet.
Going on, how did you end up on the Lionel Richie tour? How did you end up with, like, how was that? Like, what was that like? Lionel Richie the most?
So basically, I was, when I was working at ATC Management, we had a meeting at a company. Basically, they run. I think at the time they were running the O2 or still run the O2, and they were doing the Lionel Richie tour. And we had an artist that basically we were trying to pitch for them to support, and they took on the artist. So I ended up on tour with the artist and Lionel, which was crazy because
Must have been crazy.
do you know what?
Lionel have groupies? Was he well behaved?
Boy, listen, all I'm saying is here, on Lionel, he was coming out with the finest. Like, when you look at them, you think, yeah, you guys look like some Mediterranean birds. Like, just step off the private jet looking fresh, and they just follow it. And it's like, but it's crazy to kind of see, again, and I bring it back to having a long career within this industry. Do you know what I'm saying? Lionel, how many years, and the man can still do a world tour and still have the energy that he has. Like, I remember I was on the side of the stage, and then he came off the stage to change. Literally, the man came and just like, he was so pumped up. I was expecting to go to this show with like bare dreads and stuff like that. I just see bare white people.
Oh, for real?
Bro, I was like, whoa.
Or like the business types or like the fans?
No, that, like, in terms of the show, the people that turned up were like,
oh yeah.
We're like, didn't see, there was black people there, but it was like majority like.
Oh, so you're actually surprised that?
Yeah, that he had that type of fan base.
But the Marleys got they've got that kind of look white.
Exactly, but I had never seen something like that.
Okay.
So to me, to see that, I was like, whoa, that is crazy. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To kind of see that, it kind of took me, because I remember I went to a show. Was it Beverly Nights? Because we did Beverly Nights tour as well. So I was on the Beverly Night tour, and I remember I was with Kwame, and Kwame said to me, "Get up a minute." And I said, "What am I getting up for?" He's like, "Look in the crowds. What do you see?" I said, "People." And he's like, "No, what type of people do you see?" And he's like, "White people." It's like, because they're the ones that are supporting Beverly.
Yeah.
And hence the reason why she's had that long career. So, you know, everybody says we don't support our own, but it's a thing where, you know, there's people out there that buy music that it makes sense for them. Do you know what I'm saying? And if you've got a true fan base that buy your music, you can have that career as long as you want.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's just diverting it, and you do see that in the music industry. Like,
oh yeah, you do see that now.
a lot of people grew up, like I grew up on rap, like,
Yeah.
you know, a lot of seeing all that. Even when I used to listen to 50 Cent, you see all the guys say roadmen and stuff, black people, listen to all that kind of gangster rap.
Yeah.
Then when you're watching the show now commercially live, where he's got a studio, you're like, wow, look at the crowd, it's
Exactly.
full of M&Ms, and
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So then obviously, business-wise, they buy the tickets.
Yeah.
They pay.
They're ticket buyers.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of people get this whole thing confused. Like, cool, now we've got the streaming situation, but you need to have a fan base that actually
Streams.
stream, not just stream your music, but want to buy tickets to see you.
Shows and all that.
Do you know what I'm saying? And that's where it makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on. So you've gone through that. When did you have your first own artist? Like, when did you become the manager of managing an actual artist, and who was it? And was you in a situation where you obviously, because you work with labels, so money was transferring to lure an artist in? Was it easy because you're with a label that's got a good reputation?
But if you, because I was working for a management company and I was working for a label, in terms of the transparency of money, it's easier for me to kind of pick up the phone and say, hey, I want to pay for that. And it's done. All you have to do is pick up the phone, speak to accounts and say, hey, you know, I don't know, there's a girl that I was working with called Louise Satara. Louise wants, you know, a flight to, I don't know, here. Cool. Accounts approved the money's sent, flights is booked.
Just like that.
Just like that.
So,
But
yeah, because you do.
it's easier that way than being independent. It's like, yo.
So is the A&R, is the management lifestyle more, you get the luxurious lifestyle before the artist does, would you say?
I wouldn't say you get, there's no luxury in management lifestyle.
Because do you get to join and have fun?
No. Do you know what? I remember being on tour with Louise, yeah, and every time she's singing, I'm in the back working, you know, because I'm preparing the move for the next day. Do you know what I'm saying? Expenditures and so forth and so forth. So it's like you don't even get to enjoy the show. Do you know what I'm saying? Because you're always working. The first artist that I got to work with, in terms of from the urban side, which was under the management company I was working for, was a guy called Master Shorty. It took a long time ago. He was like one of the first. He was in that Ironic era.
Oh, DJ Ironic.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he was one of that. And then after, when I went independent, I started managing a guy called Doctor.
Was he in China U or something?
Yeah.
That's what, you know, I was just thinking.
You're going back. Yeah.
China U, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so he was like one of the first urban acts that I started working with. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what happened? Because he's still with you or he's not with you?
No, he's not with me. But
and is that because you dropped him or he just decided to go somewhere else?
Do you know what it is? Yeah, it's so crazy. And I remember telling him this about, I think, a month ago. I discovered that he can sing a bit. So with what he's doing now, it's basically what I told him to do. Then.
And he didn't want to do it.
Exactly, because of grime was peaking again, and I think he was like, look, this person, you know, blew up through grime. So I'm going back to my grime days, and I'm like, but you need to kind of do the commercial sounds to kind of make some money. Do you know what I'm saying? And now that's what he's doing now, and it's actually doing well.
He's doing well, yeah.
Yeah, I'm proud of him, man. He's getting like 1 million views and, you know, and stuff like that. That's like crazy, and and he's still grinding, you know. And I said to his because I speak to his new manager, and I was saying he just needs that one big song to break through, and then he'll go.
So that's Doctor. You worked with Master Shorty, and like you started working in
talented UK. Producers. When you see them, I don't know if you watch. So when you see them, you never think that they're producers. Yeah. I reached out to them, started sending their music to bare A&Rs. I had meetings with A&Rs. They're like, oh, who have they worked with? I said, forget that. Just listen to the music. You know what I'm saying? They weren't listening to me. So then the boys got a deal with a guy called Dr. Luke, who's huge producer in America. They signed a publishing deal with him, and they have been working with like Sierra, this person. They doing Netflix movies, and these are guys from Buckinghamshire that I discovered, and I tried to push them onto the labels over here. They didn't take it. Now these guys are doing some crazy. I'm so proud of them, and that's where a lot of people, and it comes back to my situation where, as an A&R, you have to have the ear for music. I'm not saying go train or do it. You just have to know this sound is different to what is going on now, and I can actually do something with it. Do you know what I'm saying? Because when I listen to the music industry now, everything, and this is God honest truth, everything sounds the same to me. Do you know what I'm saying? So having that uniqueness, kind of, people will pay attention to you more. They're like, whoa, who's that? How come he's different from this person? Do you know what I'm saying? And that's where you kind of put your stamp of approval within the industry.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did you get onto Africa then? How did you end up? Like, I know I saw you in the plane. But I mean, when I got backstage and like Dirty Rave.
Yeah.
That was just by using my street survival instincts.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, big Ghana, it's all free. You know how it goes. Charlie, I'm going to the bar to see Rick Ross and them.
Yeah.
Like, no ticket. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you're everywhere. How? Because usually in the UK working with Diesel, then what?
Yeah, I've always had an interest in Africa because I felt like the sound was gonna be the future. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, growing up in London, you had people, obviously Africans were being tarnished.
Repeat that.
You know what I'm saying? It was like Jamaica, like this, and obviously Jamaica had the sound, you know, the bashment sound going. And I used to listen to Afrobeat. You go to the Ghanaian parties, and I'm listening to the sound, and I'm like, wait, hold on, this is not far from this whole bashment situation or this reggae situation. Do you know what I'm saying? But it's just Africa needed to develop their sound. Do you know what I'm saying? And how I took an interest in Africa was through KillBeatz. I heard.
How did you end up with him?
I was in Ghana, and I heard "Kiss Your Hand," and I'm the type of person, when I listen to music, I break it apart. It's like, it's very weird. I view music differently. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I break it apart, and I'm listening to the drums, I'm listening to the sound that this guy has used, and I'm like literally picking his beats. And I was like, yo, this guy is dope. And then I said to my cousin, who's this? And he's like, oh, some guy from here called KillBeatz. And I said, how do I connect with him? So then I tried to search him up on Facebook at the time, and he didn't come up. But he was using his name, his real name. And then he's like, oh, his name is, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. Searched him up, and he came up. So started talking to him from Facebook. This was 7 years ago. And didn't approach him.
7 years?
Yeah.
And then,
this is how the story gets crazy. Didn't approach him to manage him, but I always used to talk to him about music. Yeah. Because I always used to say to him, what else can you do? He's like, I can do everything. I said, what can you do? Pop. He sent me pop music, he sends me dance music. So Fuse basically went to Ghana and basically started working with him. But
Fuse ODG.
Yeah. And KillBeatz gave him Azonto. And obviously he brought it here and it blew up.
And it blew.
Yeah. But
that's mad, because he went there.
Yeah.
Got it from
Ghana. He actually reached out to KillBeatz on Twitter and said, hey, I want to work with you. And I think he flew to Ghana, worked with KillBeatz, and got Azonto. And then I think at that time, KillBeatz was developing the Azonto sound. Gave him Azonto, he came back here and he obviously blew up.
Blew up, innit?
But I've always had that relationship with Kill, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just of recent, I would say 2 years ago, that Kill reached out to me and said, hey, I want you to manage me. And I was like, that's crazy. It's 7 years ago. I've been trying to manage you. I've been trying to kind of work with you. But
there's more out there.
Absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely.
And you've got it for yourself or
absolutely.
with your network and
with
team.
my network, and I just make it happen. Exactly. Because to me,
stab it.
I just don't, because you can follow the crowd, but when everybody's going the same way, it's crowded. Like, yo.
And then when it gets blocked and stopped or paused, you're paused and stopped as well.
Exactly.
Because you're a follower.
Exactly. And like I said, today they can pull the rug from underneath urban artists in terms of the UK. But then if my producers are just working with UK artists, where's the bread coming from? But if I've got them working in France, I've got them working in Amsterdam, I've got them working all over the place.
International. Global.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Because one territory I've stopped doing that, but we're getting bread everywhere.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to ask a question as well, which I'm going to ask. I hear a lot of talks, and I want to see your views on it. So break it down. The Nigerian artists in music, they're making millions.
Yeah.
Commercial, what about global?
Yeah.
In Ghana, like from people's experience as well, you go to the Ghana clubs, a lot of Nigerian music.
Yeah.
Of the days, you know what I mean?
I heard that.
You go, but it's the truth. You go to, even on the radio stations, so Ghana music that's getting banged out the most, that will give a vibe in the clubs, will be the old school hip life and high life. You get today's Kwesi Yarfas and stuff, but it doesn't hold a percentage over timing in the rave, where it's like a short time period. I even know. And then when it's like the Nigerian music, they've got the artists upon artists upon artists upon artists upon artists.
Absolutely.
Even on one of the old school, what was it? Dirty Rave or the other one where Euphoria Ponsa was performing at, and they had that was Euphoria Ponsa. So I was like, high life guy was crazy. After that, pure Nigerian artists, which they're good music, but the question is why is that? And then in Ghana they say, oh, they take some of our sounds. Now
that's what I was about to say.
Yeah, but they do. But why? What's wrong with Ghanaians taking their own sounds and remixing the old school? Like, you know what I'm saying? Why are we not thinking? Why are we not working together?
Do you know why?
Why are we not learning from the Nigerian structure of?
I've had this conversation with a lot of
It's people. A big problem right now.
It is a big problem. Hence the reason why, we're using the likes of Promise and Kill to set an example to the Ghanaian artists that you can actually
broaden yourself.
Exactly. You've got people like Wiz, Burner that say in interviews that they love Ghana
all the time
because the sound is there. Do you know what I'm saying? But what the Nigerian artists have got over the Ghanaian artists is there is actually people that work within the labels that are Nigerians that are signing Nigerian artists. You kind of look at Davido signed to Sony, it's like it took someone who works at Sony that is Nigerian to kind of put that situation together.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that there's not people in the industry that are Ghanaian that don't want to sign Ghanaian artists. But my thing is, Ghanaian artists need to develop the sound to a stage where people are paying attention to it. And because it's crazy. Ghana has some crazy talent. You've got King Promise, you've got Kwame Eugene, you've got Kiddy, you've got, people like Miss V, there's talent in Ghana, there's producers in Ghana that are making bangers, but they don't come out of Ghana, it just stays in Ghana. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I'm saying?
They're really hoodbound, aren't they?
Exactly, and it takes, I think it's gonna, I can't do it myself, I'm trying to do it, it takes people coming together and saying, hey, we need to help to take the sound to the next level. Do you know what I'm saying? Because Ghanaian music, like there's an artist that I really love. His name is Bisakadia.
He's not in his head.
Amazing sound. Like the guy's vocally, he's got a very unique vocals.
Yeah.
But he only sings in tree. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but then Nigerians speaking their language is still commercial.
I get that.
You got these
but
many people.
It's about how, because financially the money is not there.
Okay.
To kind of, and I think, and that's one of the things that I was speaking to. I tried to actually have a conversation with the Minister of Tourism about this, and he's like, yeah, take my number, call me and let's talk. I was like, okay, uncle. Took his number, WhatsApped him. He's like, oh yeah, when you come to Ghana, let's, sit and talk. Message the guy, didn't connect. I said to him, look, music is one of the biggest money maker within it, like music brings in a lot of money. Do you know what I'm saying? And if the government in Ghana are investing into certain Ghanaian artists that they see that it's gonna bring attention to Ghana, it will make those Ghanaian artists go. Because a lot of Ghanaian artists put out music, there's no PR, there's no press, there's no radio promotion, there's nothing. They just put out music on YouTube and that's it. And they get the 1 million views and that's it. Do you know what I'm saying? But there needs to be like marketing, there needs to be a situation where, the music is being put into sync for adverts. Like most recently, I got reached out for, Love Island reached out. They're like, hey, we want to put Antenna into Love Island. If you watch Love Island, you know that.
You went Mike and... Wait. Say that again. You got the phone call from Love Island.
Yeah. So basically they wanted to... But I didn't know what they needed it for. I didn't know Priscilla was going in there. I didn't know anything. All they said was they want to use Azonto in Love Island. I was just like, oh, okay, cool. I gave them the permission for it.
But did they pay you for it?
Yeah, they paid for it. I gave them the permission for it. Do you know what I'm saying? I gave them the permission for it. And then when I saw Priscilla performing, I was like, oh, so that's what you guys wanted it for. Cool. That's fine with me.
So you can't say nothing. Did they pay big money just for that 1 minute? 1 minute or?
Yeah, it's a couple of seconds. Yeah, but they don't give you a huge amount of money for it. But it's like it makes sense in royalties. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it makes sense in royalties because obviously, you collect your royalties from that. So yeah, there's other things. I mean, I've had them reach out to me for Top Boy to use one of KillBeatz production in Top Boy, but it didn't make the cut. So hopefully they're doing the seasons ones. Hopefully I'm gonna try see if they can. Man. So there's definitely things to be done. But I think with Ghana, like I love Ghana. It's just I'm trying to help certain Ghanaian artists to realize that they can go global. And I think Promise's show at Scala, amazing.
Yeah, and when I saw it on people's snaps and that,
amazing.
It looked kind of amazing. Very packed.
Yeah, and also
Kojo Funds was having fun, innit?
Yesterday in Amsterdam, I was like, whoa, it's crazy. And that's a level up for a Ghanaian artist. And I think you should.
Did it surprise him? When going to Diamond and seeing the
no, I think you can tell with the way Spotify is. You can tell who's obviously streaming your music the most and what country. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that I'm able to kind of do a show here and a certain amount of people will turn up. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's how you have to play the game now.
Exactly, yeah.
It's worth doing it because those are the fans that are actually buying your music and streaming your music. So you have to give them a concert that they know that the next time round they're definitely gonna be messing around with you.
You spoke earlier about UK African artists. For example, like Kojo Funds now, he's reaching back into Ghana.
Yeah.
What's your views on that? Like with the Afro beats in the UK, kind of, is it Afro swing? What they call it? Afro swing. Yeah. There's Afro beat and there's Afro swing.
There's too many. There's Afro pop. There's
and then what in France? What is it? It's something else.
It's France is something else.
They got Afro drill.
Yeah, but
or something.
Yes.
Was it? Afro trap. Yeah, they got Afro trap.
Okay, cool.
You know what I mean?
Cool.
So either way, it's good because it's spreading. It's like Afro.
Yeah, it's spreading.
It's spreading,
yeah.
But going back to Kojo Funds, like in Ghana, what's the situation?
I think Kojo is an amazing talent. Do you know what I'm saying?
I think he's underestimated.
Yeah, he's an amazing.
He makes club hits.
Yeah, he's definitely underestimated.
Is that the biggie?
He just needs to, I think his time will come round. It's about, to me, sometimes it's about finding the sound, finding the production that that you can kill. Like Kojo's like I said, he's an amazing talent. But when a lot of African artists go back to Africa, unless you've had a huge song on that Afrobeat level that was big out there.
Or like Afro B.
Yeah.
Joanna.
Even Afro B, it was weird because you kind of look at Joanna Blue up here.
Yeah.
But there's actually 8 remixes to Joanna.
Yeah. Even
with bare different Afrobeat artists because they needed to get the stamp of approval from the African market in order for Africans to accept it.
Okay.
Remember, the West had accepted Joanna.
Yeah.
But we needed Africa to accept Joanna. And that's why you had Wizkid on the remix, you had Kwame Eugene, Kiddy, all of them on the remix, you had this person doing. It's like they were trying to break Africa by using different people from different countries to do remixes.
Yeah.
And that will give him that stamp of approval in Africa. Do you know what I'm saying? Because
it's like vouching for him.
Yeah.
His work is good now. I'm on his song. It's good. It's good.
Listen, if you're an artist from here, like Kojo did that song with Wiz.
Yeah, that was brilliant.
And definitely they can mess with him. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I was actually speaking to one of my producers I look after in Nigeria, and he's like, does King Promise know how big he is in Nigeria? I said, Nigerians don't really mess with Ghanaian artists like that. He's like, no, bro, he is big in Nigeria. But I don't think he knows. And the reason why, my producer was saying, the reason why is because of Tokyo. Girl, I'll take you to Tokyo.
With Wizkid.
And yeah.
It's
huge out in Nigeria.
Yeah.
But that's because Wizkid fans are like, yo, this song is banging with, Baba Wizkid on it. It goes in hand. It goes in hand. And it's the same thing here. Like, someone like Promise needs Kojo over here, or not technically needs Kojo over here to give him that stamp of approval. African artists coming out of Ghana needs like a Stormzy to give them that co-sign, and it's vice versa. If Stormzy goes to Ghana, you need someone like Sack or Shutter to kind of give him that, stamp of approval where, we can mess with him because Shutter is saying he's a cool guy. Even though he's Ghanaian and he's huge globally, Africans don't really care. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's really. I wasn't looking after him, and then I when I got a hold of him, at first it was the thing where should I go and shop it to the labels because obviously the rap thing, But then I thought, let me try see what I can do on my own first, and then, see what people, and I put out his record with no promotion, nothing. He's just about to hit 300,000 streams, and no one still knows him. But the way I done it, it's a strategy. So somebody actually reached out to me from a company called SJM.
Yeah.
And they said to me, we were looking at his numbers, but we wasn't sure whether he was signed, because the only time we see those dots happening is when an artist is signed and the label has connections in those countries. Do you know what I'm saying? So the way I've put him out there, I've got him streaming in different territories. It's not huge numbers. Like in Australia, he's got 800 people listening to him.
That's still good.
Exactly. He's got people listening to him in Israel.
I only know one person from Australia.
Do you know what I'm saying? So I've spread it. He's got like 700 people listening to him in LA. He's got 400 people listening to him in New York. And that's just one song. But the way I done it, I spread it out. So when he blows, he he's not just blown in the UK. He's blown worldwide. But I've laid the foundation where it gives him the platform to blow up worldwide.
Okay.
And because I was having a conversation with somebody. You can have, you get Dave, amazing talent, doing like, I don't know, 3,500 capacity venues over here. He goes to America and he's doing 500 because this is where they know him. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The foundation was laid in the UK.
Oh, God, yeah.
The foundation was not laid globally.
Yeah.
So therefore, he is a new artist
To the world.
in those territories.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? But with Tiggs, I'm trying to kind of put him in a position where when he blows up, those territories knows of him already. So he's 17. He's dope.
We get a name?
Tiggs.
Tiggs, yeah?
Tiggs. Tiggz.
And it's just like, what kind of rapper are we talking? All types?
Different. Because I like different. And that's why I took to him. He's not doing the drill stuff or anything like he's a rapper. Like he's 17 and some of the stuff that I'm like, yo, you're 17, dude. How the hell are you coming out with all? Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like he's a rapper. Like you can give him a West Coast beat and you can do stuff on it. You can give him the different beats.
Okay, and you vision what you've got.
Yeah. So his mixtape that's coming out, it's got different sounds. I'm playing around with different sounds. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm giving the people what they want to hear. Do you know what I'm saying? And then I've got some producers from Nigeria called 2 Chris, and also I've got a producer called Mike's Pro, and I'm developing a young lady as well, singer, but I'm trying to kind of make her different to what's going on. I mean, I had a singer that I was working with at the moment before, amazing talent, but the patience wasn't there.
Yeah.
And that's the problem that a lot of artists have. They want things now, and to be honest with you, I spent a lot of money. And she turned around and said to me, she doesn't want to do music anymore. I lost a lot of money.
You're so mad. You know when the music was just dropping, it was finishing.
I know, right?
It was just tricky. Yeah.